Here's the outdoor kitchen. The outdoor kitchen again is a place where you can actually do some of your kitchen stuff, like wash dishes or prepare some sort of quick meal or actually a full meal. In this case again, I'm going to describe a little bit of what we're doing. We use cinder block to actually create a structure. Later on we're going to put stuff on the outside and I'll show you some videos. But we have a space, a cabinetry space over there. We have a refrigerator space over here, and we have the sink space over here. What you're looking at this part over here, if you come and take a look at it, is the countertop. This countertop is made, or is going to be made with concrete. What it's showing, I mean, this is right now completely level, but I'm going to give you some little hints of what we're doing. We're supporting this first structure. We actually created a 1.5 inches lip around the main structure to kind of overhang or overlap the regular base. So it's going to be a nice border around 1.5 inches because of the 2x4s. Now these 2x6s, what I'm doing right now is that are giving us the thickness of the concrete slab. In this case, by putting these pieces and adding that, I want to come to about 36 inches, which is kind of standard height. So people is not bent or doing something with a lot of difficulty. So we are putting this, this structure like that. And for these holes, we're going to put a piece of plywood. So, right here, if you come a little closer, I show you that we actually recessed this thing about 3/4 of an inch. And we're going to cut a piece of plywood that is going to come around here. It's going to have supports underneath. So whenever we pour the concrete, it's going to be full supported. Now, in this side, it's going to be, also full supported. But in this side, we're going to leave the space for the kitchen sink. So you see, you have a lot of space to work with, and it's really, strong to support all the weight of the concrete. And whenever the concrete comes in, we're going to put some rebars later on and show you another video. We're going to put some rebars and stuff like that to support the structure, like a sandwich of concrete, steel rods, and then more concrete. Then we put the finishing tiles on top. But if you notice, this is going to help to maintain the structure strong. So this is nice and straight and level. This is level as well. And using regular leftover pieces of 2x4s, because at the end, they're going to be just dirty and muddy or whatever. And then what you see over here on the floor, that trench, it's actually the supply of the cold and hot water, as well as the PVC lines that are going to bring the wastewater into the house through the regular wastewater lines, so the main sewer lines. And over here, I'll show you one. Here is the pump. I'm gonna pull it out. It's a nice little pump that is gonna pump the water out of the sink. It has a proper ventilation, an inlet where all the wastewater is gonna come, and an outlet. Now, to put this together, I'm going to give you a perspective. Since you have the water higher, the waistline higher than the pump, you need to put something that is called a check valve. And a check valve, what it does is that it allows the sewer water to go away, but not to come in. So you don't have that much water over here. It's going to be on your system, but it's not going to be on the pump. So whenever you dispose the water, it's going to run away, and every time you turn the water on, it's going to go towards the outside. So obviously we're going to put some power into it, power for your regular sink, pump, and also power for the refrigerator, and an extra outlet so people can plug in stuff and cook or use the blender or whatever it is while they're in the outdoor kitchen. So again, the system will have a ventilation line. Obviously, has to have ventilation. It's called a pro vent or a Studer vent. This thing allows air to come in whenever you use it, so the system actually will drain properly. And the outlet, which is tempered on the first part, so we drill some holes through the concrete blocks, and this thing is gonna help us just to link everything inside. Remember something, obviously, that whenever you're working outside, you have to put the stuff under the freezing line, and make sure that whenever it's winter or winter is approaching, you drain your lines and keep your outdoor valves open. And you have to have a shutter valve inside the house or somewhere where it's nice and insulated, so the pipes don't burst. I'm using in this case something called PEX, and PEX is actually a flexible pipe, really useful. I mean, it's legal over here in North Carolina, state of North Carolina, and it helps a lot because it's flexible enough that you know, you can play around with it, and the clamps and all the stuff I show you later how it is, but it's easy to work with, better than copper or PVC that is a little more rough and stiff. So that's pretty much about this countertop and how it's going to work. Later on I'll show you in another video how it works. Okay, thank you.